Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And although yesterday's story showed that Kate Forbes was the leading candidate amongst the SNP, another poll shows that she's got very, very little chance of being elected First Minister by the people of Scotland, who object most considerably to the things she's saying. We'll take a look at that. But it's also emerged that a letter she wrote in 2014 says that women should not be priests. And actually quotes a line from the Bible, which is an excellent example of the hypocrisy of this woman standing to be leader. Let's look at that story as well. But we'll start with the first one and the poll. Here goes. So, grim sign for Kate Forbes' campaign to become First Minister, as most Brits, including the majority of Scots, say they wouldn't vote for a politician who opposes gay marriage or sex outside of wedlock for religious reasons. An exclusive analysis from Mail Online shows voters are liberal on social issues, and Forbes created furore when she said she would vote against same-sex marriage. She's one of the three contenders vying to replace Nicola Sturgeon as First Minister, which we've covered ad hoc. So exclusive analysis from the Mail Online shows that a majority of voters would refuse to support a politician from the party they usually back if they were opposed to gay marriage, premarital sex, or the how can I put this? The solving of a particular problem for our victims. You can read the words. I don't want to say it. YouTube has problems with words like that. But basically not being pregnant anymore after that particular thing has happened. But Miss Forbes, a devout Christian, created a furore last week when she revealed she would vote against the same-sex marriage if it had not already been made legal. And she said that she was opposed to sex between couples who were not married, while she's previously espoused pro-life views and an anti-A view in line with those of the Free Church of Scotland, of which she is a member. And she's one of the three contenders vying to replace Nicola Sturgeon as SNP leader. The poll of 1,500 people was carried out by Redfield and Wilton Strategies last Thursday, the 23rd of Feb. And you can see, if we just bring this up into screen, so it's saying here, would you vote for a politician opposed to these because of their religion? With gay marriage, only 30% saying yes, 56% saying no. With A after R, you can, again, it's the words, I've got to be so careful. The termination after a particular form of attack. Any politician that said that they'd be opposed to that, 71% of people would reject it. And premarital sex, you can't see because the paper's got this bloody thing up in front of it. But anyway, again, it's 71% of people say they would not vote for someone who said they were opposed to premarital sex because of their religion. So she may well be the darling, and hardly that at 28%, but she may well be the darling of the SNP in terms of getting across the line first and becoming leader. But with having her as leader, 71% of people wouldn't vote for her on two of the three controversial issues, and 56% wouldn't vote for her on the third. So it would seem very unlikely that the SNP would get into power at the next election. So I've got to say, dear God, SNP, pick this woman. She would be the absolute best choice for Scotland. I mean, obviously, terrible in the short term, the next 18 months, 2 years, terrible. But once you pass that, and you've got the SNP out of power, real politicians can go in and at least try and fix the mess you've made of the country. So that's there. I'm not going to go any further into it. We're just showing you the numbers on that one. But if we come across to this one, ping, God is again an important issue in this woman's life. So she's saying that appointing female church ministers ignores God's plan, and comments made in a 2014 letter emerge as a new controversy hits the finance minister's bid to succeed Nicola Sturgeon. And she says that women shouldn't be priestesses, I suppose. Kate Forbes said women church ministers are ignoring God's plan. And the Scottish Finance Secretary, who's running to replace Nicola Sturgeon, has spoken about her opposition of gay marriage and having children out of wedlock. We've covered. In the latest controversy to hit her campaign, a letter written by her in 2014 has emerged in which she said she does not believe women should be church ministers. Now, what I'm about to read is very, very important to this. She says, It is a great injustice when we ignore God's plan for women. His plan clearly states that, specifically within the church, I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. Now, that is actually not the line. She says that it's specifically within the church. In actual fact, no, it's not. And this is from the book of Timothy. I happen to know this. And it doesn't mention church anywhere. Timothy was talking about life in general. Now, in that, it does say those words, I do not permit, God says, I do not permit a woman to teach or assume authority over a man. And it doesn't mention the church anywhere because church is not actually mentioned anywhere in the Bible. The church was invented later. So she's deliberately lying by saying it's specifically in the church. So she's either lying or she's trying to ensure that that line that a woman must not teach or assume authority over a man doesn't count as far as her leading, and having authority over men. Because if that, as a religious person who claims to be religious, who claims to follow this very, very strict religion, if she's got authority over men, then she is not religious. She's not following the teachings of her own church, which makes her a hypocrite. So there you go. Is she a liar or is she a hypocrite? Only you can decide that, not me. Anyway, I shall finish and come up, but this was only a quick one. I just wanted in and out and show you exactly the sort of person you're dealing with. So there we have it. You've got this woman who has these almost medieval views. She's an ultra zealot in terms of her religion. This hardcore, ultra conservative, ultra Protestant faith that she has. People will reject it. Now, she may be the darling, as I say, of the SNP. She may well get in and become the SNP leader. But I think in the grand scheme of things, in 2 years' time, when the next general election, or the next Scottish elections are happening, I think she may well be rejected. The SNP may well be rejected because people don't like that level of intolerance. Now, I'm pretty sure that just about everyone in Scotland knows someone who is gay. Just about everyone in Scotland knows someone who's had children out of wedlock. And I don't think there's that many people in Scotland that would try to ban the termination after, a woman has been hard. So those three things alone would really rankle with the voters. And then when you add in the fact that she actually truly believes that a woman shouldn't have authority over a man, well, that's half your vote gone, love. Anyway, thanks very much for listening. I'll leave it up to you now. You decide. But thanks very much for listening. And if you like what you hear and see on the channel, do please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notification of future outputs. Leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Don't take lines from a Bible out of context. And goodbye.